Hello, my name is Paul, and thanks for joining me as I explore and try to discover some of the amazing wildlife that can be found on the Falkland Islands. Many of us associate the Falkland Islands with conflict, and evidence left over from the Falklands War can still be found throughout the islands today. Although it is important to not forget its lessons, or all of those who sadly lost their lives from both sides, this series is to focus on some of the amazing wildlife I've encountered here on the islands. So stick with me over the next few episodes as I adventure and explore a few of the many amazing sights to be found on the Falkland Islands. I'll take you on a tour of the capital Stanley to see some of its culture and its wildlife. I venture to the surrounding areas of Gypsy Cove, Cape Pembroke and its coast by kayak. I'll be exploring Bertha's Beach, Whale Point and heading to Volunteer Point. I'll also be flying off to the remote islands of Sealions and Saunders to witness seals, albatross, the Caracara, penguins of course, and the Rockhopper shower. But first, let us take a trip to Kidney Island. Kidney Island is 10 miles north of Stanley, a 30-minute journey by boat. A small island, its landmass is only 20 acres, most of which is covered in dense tussock grass that grows up to 3 metres in height. The tussock grass was harvested for animal fodder up until the 1950s, but now this unique landscape solely provides an important habitat for a number of ground nesting birds that can nest in relative safety half a kilometre from the mainland and free from rats, cats and mice. The island can only be accessed with a guide, and navigation can be difficult through the grass tussocks. Great care must be taken as not to trample on nests or to stumble upon an intimidating sea lion, as I am later to discover. After a short walk through the tussocks, we arrived at the sheltered Dix's Cove, and peering through the grass, I got my first glimpse of an adult male sea lion. There are 3 breeding seals in the Falklands: the southern sea lion, the South American fur seal, and the southern elephant seal. The southern male sea lion, with its prominent mane, can reach 3 metres in length and weigh in at 350 kilograms. This makes even the large female sea lions look small. The males are territorial and will herd the smaller females into their territory and aggressively defend their harem against the rivals. The females are comparatively modest at around 2 metres long and weighing 150 kilograms. They are much lighter in colour and blend into the rugged rocks beautifully, and if you are lucky and look very carefully, you may spot a glimpse of a pup hiding down amongst the rocks. Seals, sea lions and the walrus, cuckoo, are all pinnipeds, the Latin for fin-footed. But sea lions, unlike true seals, have the ability to walk on all fours by rotating their hind flippers forward and under their bodies. This gives them much more land-dwelling abilities and the opportunity to pose regally on top of rocks. It was soon time to leave the sea lions in peace and head off. But sea lions often haul themselves up to rest amongst the tussocks and to scare unexpected passerbys. Sea lion hiding in the tussocks, nibbling at my ankles. After a change of underwear, we found passage to the North Cliffs to seek out the Rockhopper penguins who had recently had chicks. Chicks that were beyond cute. Rockhopper penguins are a relatively small but a mischievous looking penguin, with their red eyes, orange beak, pale pink feet and most noticeably the yellow spiky eyebrow feathers. But what they lack in size they make up for in character, and they couldn't care less about us funny looking humans that visit them from time to stare as they go about their daily antics, watching them squabble over seemingly nothing, perched high up on the cliff edge. The Rockhoppers are not the only residents on the North Cliffs. And I couldn't help but feel slightly sorry for the imperial cormorants and their chicks having to share with such a noisy neighbour. We've all had one at some point. Like most penguins, rockhoppers have a white belly. But, unlike most penguins, they don't slide around on their bellies. Instead, they hop. We watched tensely as the rockhoppers precariously made their way out of the water and scaled the rocky cliffs. My heart was often in my mouth every time one of the young chicks decided to slip its way across to another ledge, seemingly oblivious to the consequences should it prove unsuccessful. At sunset on Kidney Island, there is a unique spectacle as thousands of Sooty Shearwaters that have been out feeding all day make their way home to roost on the island. with this in mind, we mazed our way back to the boat.
Tastes like celery.
After a quick nibble, we reached the landing bay, and joined by two of the Falklands' endemic flightless steamer ducks, we watched the sun gracefully descend onto the horizon and awaited the Sooty Shearwaters. As the light began to fade, more shearwaters returned to roost, and we marvelled at their numbers as they continued to grow. This was my first time visiting these unique islands, home to a multitude of sensational areas I was eager to visit. This first experience had been one of staggering beauty and extraordinary wildlife, and looking forward, I knew I would be encountering some of the most exceptional habitats on the planet. Next time I take you on a quick tour of the capital Stanley and its surrounding areas to see some of its wildlife, before taking to the sea by kayak. So I hope you will join me again.